Wow, isn't that a wonderful way to endear yourself to people and entice them to come back to a franchise that was already on a concrete slab before you decided to come back and started spraying urine on the slab for good measure? As for the Davros thing, that will be in a separate video. Here we're going to discuss RTD's elitist contempt for the people that got him where he is. The Doctor Who showrunner has strong words to anyone that hates the reality of showing that group that I'm probably not allowed to even mention by name on this platform and their families on TV. Oh, just shut the hell up. Reality check time for the canceling salivating mob coming into my comment section, and it's sad that I have to make disclaimers in every video on this subject! But that's the world we live in. There's nothing wrong in making entertainment for specific, very narrow demographics, as long as, in this case, it's only meant for people over 18 years old, and it's explicitly stated that it's only meant for people over 18 years old. As I've said before, if you're over 18, I have no problem with you being you. As long as you're doing it for the right reasons. As long as you're not telling me what to think or say, don't tell others what to think or say, don't expect special treatment, don't seek to destroy the lives of people that don't see things the same way that you do, and don't force reality to mold to your current worldview. This show is not and never was for any specific demographic, at least not until about 6 years ago. This show is about a man who travels through time in a police box. It was never about explicitly focusing on certain groups. It's a show primarily directed at children, and children do not need to be exposed to this. It's akin to that word that begins with a G. This is not what the fans, largely now former fans, ever watched this show for. They watched it for escapism. It's like being a member of one of those Blu-ray horror monthly membership things. You expect to get, horror movies. Then you get your monthly box and see that you've been sent Rainbow Bright. It's not that you have a problem with Rainbow Bright, but this is clearly not what you wanted in your horror box. This is not what you signed up for. This is not what you expected. This is not what you paid for. People did not become fans of Doctor Who or any other old school franchise for that matter to be lectured to about current yearisms. In a move of pure desperation on the part of the already failed BBC on one end, and out of a need to use a large platform to spread his condescending and elitist message on the other end, Russell T Davies returned to the helm of the beloved sci-fi show last year, with his first episodes coming in the form of 3 Doctor Who 60th anniversary adventures with David Tennant and Catherine Tate. Heartstopper fans, all 5 of them, were ecstatic to learn that the brilliant Yasmin Finney, is she though? Is she really? Was coming on board the TARDIS for the anniversary, playing the daughter of Donna Noble. Oh dear, it was confirmed that the character of Rose, like Yasmin herself, would be that word. I wonder why that is. Russell, with the actress describing her as someone with a great supportive family. You know what? There's nothing wrong with having a supportive family. That's a good thing, as long as you ground your child in reality and don't allow them to do things that they might regret later in life. Let them make those decisions when they're, a legal adult. There's just a few days to go before the public is introduced to Rose, and at a recent press screening event ahead of the first special episode, The Star Beast, airing, and here's how we learn how much contempt this man has for fans, Russell addressed anyone who might be full of absolute hate for the character and storyline. Actually, you're the one that seems full of hate here, Russell, and I'm assuming you're also lumping in people who don't actually have a problem with the character in principle. They just don't want to see divisive, current year politicizing in their sci-fi show, which, is supposed to be about science fiction, not insufferable lecturing. As I said, they signed up for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, not Rainbow Bright. Speaking to Metro.co.uk and other press, Russell was asked about the inclusion of a trans character, an actor, and the Queer as Folk and It's a Sin creator spoke proudly of the decision and made it clear how much he hates his fans. It's something that's not just a Doctor Who thing for me, he explained. I don't think a clear statement could ever be made, and that's why every long-term property has been destroyed. Not everyone shares your worldview, Russell, and there's nothing wrong with that. Why don't you make your own show if there are things you want to talk about? Well, I think we know the reason, and I think we all know why you suddenly decided to come back to Doctor Who after over a decade. It's something I and a lot of writers are keen to do, to be progressive, to reflect more of society. This is not really reflecting more of society, Russell, if you go out of your way to exclude certain demographics. Entertainment should be for everybody, and up until 2015 or so, this show tried to appeal to everybody. This is not appealing to a larger demographic, Russell. Not everybody has the same idea of progressive, but your egocentric fathead can't see that. You think you're better than everyone else, and this is all about your ego. You've started to believe your own legend a bit too much. It's funny, in casting Yasmin, there was this 15-year-old mixed-race word I can't say girl. Could you have fit any more identities in there, Russell? There are very few people who fit the casting. More evidence that this will only appeal to a very niche audience. And it's like she came down from heaven and there she was. Or was it that she was the only one that matched your very narrow casting specifications? And are you just projecting your own self-view onto this person? Revealing she was cast before she ever appeared in Heartstopper, Russell said Yasmin does the most amazing job and it's an actual privilege to work with her and get her on screen. You better check your own privilege there, Russell. Russell further endeared himself to the largely former fans when he added pointedly that there were some people full of absolute hate and venom and destruction and violence who would like to see that sort of thing wiped off the screen entirely. Wow, dude. I've been covering the destruction of the entertainment industry for a while now, and that might be one of the most vile things I've ever read from somebody in charge of a major franchise. Also, nobody said that we want these things completely wiped off the screen. There's a place for everything, but it has to be realistic about the potential audience size it's appealing to. Not wanting your entertainment politicized doesn't make people the scum of the earth, Russell. You elitist asshat! And to anyone who held those ideals, he finished to loud applause from the sycophants who were almost surely pre-selected. Shame on you and good luck to you in your lonely lives. Wow, dude, just wow. Again, I've never seen quite this level of hate directed at a fan base. It seems the mask has come off. Good Lord! In November last year, Yasmin proudly declared her role in Doctor Who would change the world because it seems Russell isn't the only one with an out-of-control ego. She said she was happy to be the representation on a show that means a lot to so many. Dear God, the narcissism on display here is unreal. I felt so honored to be seen by Russell, revealing to British Vogue she grew up idolizing the series. Did she though, or did she just decide she did after the fact? Doctor Who casting director Andy Pryor said last year that there would be plenty of inclusivity in the upcoming series, and as few nasty straight white dudes as possible, unless they need a Trump-esque villain, saying he likes to cast as inclusively as possible. It's more interesting. Yes, narrowing your casting choices to adhere to ESG scores rather than talent and suitability for the role is sure to end well. I mean, it's already worked out so well in the past. He added to Cult Box, if you can't cast diversely on Doctor Who, what show can you do it on? Well, you ain't making it on your own show, so who knows? It goes everywhere on this planet and others, and you don't want to see the same kind of people all the time. Maybe you should give up your role as showrunner, Russell, you know, to make it more diverse. Oh wait, what a moron I am. It's never elitists like you that have to make the sacrifices. Other people have to make the sacrifices so you can feel better about yourself and so far above everyone else that it leads to excessive figurative self-wankery. You don't want it to be exclusively middle-class white people speaking with PR accents. Of course, Russell, because you hate those dirty regular people, and how dare they not bow at your feet? So right now we're casting more diversely in terms of ethnicity. We're casting more disabled actors, but there's always more we can do. Yep, because all that matters is adhering to that small group of sycophants to stroke your ego while everyone else can get bent. Remember when I questioned Russell's sudden return 2 years ago? It seems, once again, that I was right. And I thought I was done with this, but I guess I'm not. I look forward to your comments and response videos, especially beardy woke pants piss baby reviews. Hey dude, has your wife returned your testicles yet? Oh wait, how can what you never had be returned?
That's crazy!
And that's it for today. Follow me on Elon's busted Twitter, and until next time, suck it.